Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
All right. Om ajïäna-timirändhasya jnana-çaläkayä cakñurunmilitam yena tasmai çré-gurave namaः çré-caitanya-mano sthapitam yena bhü-tale swayam rupah kada mahyam dadati sva-padäntikam vandeham çré-guroù çré-yuta-pada-kamalaà çré-gurün vaishnavamscha çré-rupam sagrajatam saha-gaëa-raghunäthänvitaà tam sa-jévam sa-advaitam savadhutam parijana-sahitam Krishna-caitanya-devam Shri-Radha Krishna-padan saha-gaëa-lalita Shri-vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna karuna-sindho dīnabandho jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatrubhyascha Kripa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaura Tvishe Namaha. So yesterday we did chapter 7 up till Shloka number 15th, and I told you I will explain that again. Bhagwan is now describing two types of he's describing the devotees and the non-devotees. So in Shloka number 15th, where we ended yesterday, he was describing about 4 types of people who will never surrender to God, never surrender to Krishna. Krishna is telling about himself, and then he said, I am telling you all this, Arjun, but there'll be four type of people who are not going to listen to this, who are not even interested in all this, and they will not surrender to me. People don't understand me as I am, even though I am the supreme, but people do not realize my supremacy. Why? Because I am hidden. Who hides me? My prakriti, my nature, my material nature. She hides me. My yogamaya, she's known as yogamaya. So my yogamaya hides me very nicely. So people don't come to me. They cannot realize my true nature. I am standing in front of you. I am giving the Gita, but people will think I am just an ordinary person speaking. You are hearing, but there are so many people who are hearing the Gita, but it will not go to them. I am very nicely hidden by my yogamaya, by my illusory energy. And people go to different devatas to worship, to get things. They don't realize that I am the faith. They do all the puja, all the worship rituals very faithfully to achieve those results. And they think that the devata gave it. They don't realize, because of the illusory energy, that I am the power behind the devatas and I am the faith in the devotee. So my illusory energy, which is also the material nature, hides me very well. So even though I am saying all these things, this illusory energy is very transcendental. It is very difficult to cross this illusory energy, but those who surrender unto me, they will very easily cross it. But the difficulty is, even after telling all these things, there will be 4 kind of people who will never surrender. And who are those 4 kind of people? He called them miscreants. Those miscreants are who are grossly foolish. And Prabhupada gave example of a donkey. So men in the world, most men in the world, they work like donkeys. Always trying to please their boss. The boss is also donkeys. They give their entire life, they spend their entire energy, their physical energy, their mental energy, they spoil their consciousness in the end to get that amount, salary, whatever they're getting, they think this is too much, but that also becomes too less in the long run. They give their entire life in pursuit of so-called happiness. With that money they think the family, they're trying to please the family, they're trying to please their wife. But even after giving everything to the wife will keep complaining, you didn't give me this, you didn't give me that, you didn't make me happy. And then these people, they think they're very proud of themselves, or they are so and so in some so and so great companies, and they're achieving all these great things, and they're so full of pride that you ask them, come and attend the lectures, Gita lectures, they don't have time because they are busy working like donkeys. They don't have time. And they spend their life, and when they speak, they'll think they are speaking such great things as if they know philosophy better than anybody else. You sit with them, they will have their own philosophy. But really, they're actually like donkeys, they bring like donkeys. So those are the people whom Bhagwan says grossly foolish. They do not know how to use their time wisely and how to use their life wisely, where to actually put their energies wisely. Then there are another kind of people who are naradham, lowest among the mankind. So there are two kinds of people, like even when we live in the world, like when we see people in the tribal areas, or, sometimes we see National Geographic, some people in some forest areas, and you look at their life, you'll feel like, oh my God, they are so, as per our standards, they are so backward. The world is going somewhere else, and they still, are not living like that. Here, we live in such a age. If the internet slows for some time, we get restless. And those people don't even know what internet is. Forget about internet. They don't even have electricity in their areas. They still live as per the olden times, the ancient times. So in our language, we'll call them, they are uncivilized. And we are civilized. Right? But the reality is, the definition of civilization is that civilization that helps you realize your true self, your true spiritual self. That civilization which gives you the knowledge about your existence, about your purpose of life, how to live correctly in life. If you're living it like that, then you are a civilized person. Otherwise, there is no difference between you and those tribals, nothing. Just because you have an internet and they don't have an internet doesn't make you civilized. Probably they are following some good rules. They know they are taking care of the nature. They are living as per the nature. If the sun comes in the morning, we have to wake up in the morning. If the sun sets, we cannot do the work, so we have to sleep at the right time. Whatever is the nature, we have to eat food accordingly. We don't eat any food anytime. We say ourselves civilized, right? But we live so unnatural. So unnatural. We do not live as per the rules of nature. We do not inquire about God. We do not inquire about why we are slogging, why we are living. Then no matter how advanced you feel you are still uncivilized. So that kind of people, Bhagwan says, they are lowest among mankind. In the quest of moving forward, you take so much stress. You spend money like crazy. You hoard a lot of things, but still you're unhappy. Lowest of mankind. Your brains have still not developed. Spiritual brains have still not developed. Lowest of mankind. Then the third person are Maya Aprit Jnana. Maya Aprit Jnana means where Maya has kidnapped. Aprit means kidnapped or stolen. Maya has stolen their knowledge, real knowledge. And in this class come very intelligent people, the philosophers. In India, there was a philosopher called Charvak. His philosophy is very much like Western philosophy. Eat, drink, and be merry. He doesn't believe in Gita. He gave us a philosophy to he says, Yavat jivet sukham jivet, ridam kritva ghritam pivet, bhasmi bhutasya dehasya puraragamnam kutah. He said, as long as you live with full luxury, with full pleasure. Yavat jivet sukham jivet. If needed, take loan. And he said, Ghritam pivet. Ghritam pivet means drink ghee. Drinking ghee indicates ghee is a very costly ingredient. Okay, it is expensive. So if somebody is buying ghee and drinking ghee, that person is very rich. He has so much money that he can buy ghee and he can drink ghee. Even to have ghee, in olden times, you would have to have cows, at your home, cattle. So to take care of the cattle, you have to have land. So if somebody is possessing land, he is rich. He has cattle, he has land. In those days, because we come from an agricultural background, so in those days, even when parents used to look for a suitable groom for their daughter, the first thing they will look is, okay, which village he belongs to, okay, how many acres of land he has, how many cattle he has. This was the standard of richness. Unlike today's time, when the girl's parent look for a groom, they'll be like, oh, what is his education? Where is he working? Which company? And then they'll have an idea, okay, this much is what he must be earning. This company, that company. Today we think differently. But in those times, richness was measured by how many cattle you have, how many cows you have, and how much land you have. That makes you rich. So this Charvak gave us a philosophy. Rinam kritva ghritam pivet. Even if you don't have land, even if you have nothing, don't worry. Take loan from all these rich people. Buy ghee and drink ghee. Live your life. Eat, drink, and be merry. Drink ghee. Rinam kritva ghritam pivet. Bhasmi bhutasya dehasya. One day this body is going to get burned, cremated. When are you going to come back again? So don't worry about the loan. People are worried, right? Oh, what if I take loan? I have to pay back the loan. He's like, forget about paying back the loan. You're going to burn. The body is going to burn one day. Whom will these people follow then? You took their money. You enjoyed. Live life king size. You will die one day. Let them keep chasing you. What will they chase? This body is going to get burned. So live life properly. So this was Charvak's philosophy. This is a very materialistic philosophy. He does not believe in the theory of karma. Oh, you took loan this life, then again next life you have to come and repay back. No, he does not believe in all that. He's like, who has seen next life? Just live this one life. YOLO, you only live once. That is his philosophy. Enjoy. Eat, drink, and be merry. So these are, we know what happens. If you take so much loan to live and chasing that luxury, you know how the people will come behind you. Being in debt, is it a good life? No, it is not. You may have all luxuries, you may be surrounded by luxuries, but being in debt is not a luxurious life. It will always create tension in your head. You'll never enjoy all those things, those temporary things. So one has to live a proper life. One has to understand whatever you do, you have to repay for it. Simple logic. If you take loan, you have to repay. So these are like high-class so-called philosophers. Their entire knowledge is kidnapped by this illusory energy, Maya. Then writers, scientists who do not believe in the existence of God. Buddha went to the stage of realization. He realized everything is nothing. The whole world is but a bundle of energy. There is only vibration, vibration, vibration everywhere. Within a second, trillions of atoms are created and trillions of atoms die in this body. Wherever there is, it's only the play of these atoms. He discovered that everything is full of energy. Even whatever seems to be static is not static. It's very dynamic. Internally, there is something going on. So many atoms and are meeting each other. So many electrons are evolving. He realized it in his higher stage of nirvana. Same realization that the world is nothing but a bundle of energy came to the scientists too. There was a scientist called Dr. Alvarez. He got a Nobel Prize for his discovery. He made a bubble chamber. And in that bubble chamber, he gave a very apt name. The whole world is anyways a bubble. So he made a bubble chamber. And in that, he discovered the power of nuclear energy. And he created a bomb. And when the bombing happened, he wanted to see how his bomb is affecting so that he can improve it further. So two people, one is Gautam Buddha and one is a scientist. They both are very intelligent. They both are discovering the power of the atoms. But one person uses the same power, becomes liberated, and gives a message of liberation to everyone. And this person gets the knowledge. And now he's eager to know how this power can destroy and how I can improve this power more and make it more powerful for destruction. So knowledgeable, they both are knowledgeable, very knowledgeable. But this person's knowledge, the real knowledge, is hidden still by the illusory energy. Because when a person is truly knowledgeable, he'll be more compassionate. Compassion will rule his heart. He cannot destroy anybody. That will not be his, he cannot do that. So this kind of people come in that Maya Aprit-jnana, miscreants. They do not believe in God. They think they are powerful. They are supreme. They can control everything. Now they have the knowledge to control the world. Writers, they don't believe in the supremacy of God. Poets. So many of those peoples of society who are very highly knowledgeable, but their knowledge is not spiritual. It's not giving them freedom. They may talk about freedom to people, politicians. They may talk about freedom to people, but they themselves are not free. So those kind of people, Maya Aprit-jnana, their knowledge is stolen. They're very knowledgeable, very intelligent, but that intelligence is not being applied in spiritual purpose, in their spiritual quest, not to free them. They talk very nicely. They'll present things very nicely, but they cannot free the society. So those are Maya Aprit-jnana. And the next one is the Asuram. Asuram is the atheist. Clearly they say, openly they say, there is no such thing called God. There is no such thing called God. Who has seen God? So those are Asuram, demonic mentality. So 4 type of people, Bhagwan said, are never going to surrender to me, O Arjun. The grossly foolish persons, the donkey-like attitude, the lowest of mankind, most of the so-called forward civilization, the deluded speculators, and the professed atheists they will never surrender unto the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And now Bhagwan in Shloka number 16 says, but Arjun, there are 4 kind of people who come to me. Who are these 4 kind of people? Chaturvidha bhajante mam, jana sukritano Arjuna, artho jigyasu artharthi, jnani cha bharata rishabha. O Arjun, O best among the Bharatas, 4 kind of pious men begin to render devotional service unto me. Who are they? Number 1 is the distressed. Those who are in problems. Sometimes we have problems in our lives which we feel we can't handle. We need the support. We need a ray of hope. And the only ray of hope is God. So we go to them. So Bhagwan says, this kind of people come to me, the distressed. The second is the artharthi. Artharthi means the desire of wealth. People want good things in their life. And sometimes you feel, oh, this is not possible for me. I don't think so. I can get it myself. Maybe if some super natural energy, if some higher energy intervenes and helps me out, maybe I will achieve that thing. So they approach God. So Bhagwan says, this kind of people, the desire of some material gains, they approach me. The distressed, the desire of material gains, they approach me. And the third is the inquisitive, who have questions on spirituality, who have questions. And the fourth one, Bhagwan says, he's a jnani. He's searching for the knowledge of the absolute. Bhagwan says, these are the four people who will come to me. The distressed, the desire of material gains or wealth, the inquisitive, and the one who is in the search or who already knows what the absolute truth is. So this is in an ascending order. We have all been through all this journey. We have been in distress sometimes, and we prayed to God. We have desired so many things in life, so we prayed to God. And we have been inquisitive so many times. That's why we are looking into the Gita, or we have searched through other books and so many gurus. So these three stages everybody goes through. And the final stage is the stage of the jnani. The jnani is the one who has experienced it, who has the knowledge. This is so important. Because when we were reading the chapter, Bhagwan says, oh, people who have different desires, they go to different devatas and pray to them. They follow all the rules and regulations. They follow to different devatas. We all fell into that category. So when Bhagwan said that, there's a question that naturally arises. So what about our past? We were worshipping so many people. Now Bhagwan is saying, focus on me. It is very difficult to give up your past conditioning. Was I right or was I wrong? How is it possible to leave that? Not possible anymore. It used to happen to me also. Why would I leave that? This is some new philosophy that is being given to me. I worship so many Devi Devatas. Was that wrong? Bhagwan has already given that answer. That I was that Shraddha, that faith in you. I directed you. Why did you pray to them? Bhagwan has given that answer. But when we question ourselves, why did I pray to all those Devi Devatas in the past? Without questioning. I was not inquisitive at that time. My only inquisitiveness was, how will my desire get fulfilled? Or how will my problem be solved? And if somebody said, do Bhairav Puja, your problem will go away. Oh, you're in loan, do this Devi's Puja, do this Grahas, Mangal Graha. Chant, there is a stotra, Rina Mochan, Mangal Sutra. So if somebody is in debt, huge debt, loans, and they have no way out, then they will say in India, the teachers will say, oh, do the Rina Mochan Stotra, your loan will go away. Mangal, pray to Mangal, pray to the Mangal deity, the Mars planet. So we did that for that. We want some money. We want the next promotion. We want a raise. Somebody told, do this, Mahalakshmi is this mantra so many times. This is the stotra, do so many times. We did it. For what? It was not for Mahalakshmi or for Mangal. It was for getting relief from my problem or to attract wealth. When we start questioning ourselves, okay, why? When Bhagwan is mentioning here, he has said the truth. We were not ready to accept the truth. But really, when we question ourselves, why did we worship all those Devi Devatas in the past? Why? Some hidden desire. And someone told us, by doing this hidden desire, this desire will be fulfilled, so do it. Sincerely, we went to all the temples. Go to that temple. Go to this. I followed everything, whatever people said. That is what Bhagwan has said here too. You will follow all the principles and the regulations. Somebody, when I was young, I still remember I was in 12th grade. Obviously, 12th grade, we had board exams. So we are studying, but we want to pass. So someone told, oh, there's a church, Mahim church in our place. Go to the church for 9 Wednesdays and say this novena prayers. So I was surrounded by a lot of Christians in that, Christian friends. So, automatically all these Christian friends are saying, oh, you must do novena, all your desire will be fulfilled. Everybody's going every Wednesday. I'm also going every Wednesday, doing novena. Without questioning. But that time I was a kid. I'm in 12th grade, means I'm 16, 17 years old. So I'm a kid. So that's fine. But as you grow, this habit goes on. Even if you become 30, even if you become 40, even if you become 45, you're still doing the same thing. Some small desire and you want to follow some ritual. Pray to Vaibhav Lakshmi every Friday. You will get this. Pray to Lord Shiva. When we were growing up, when I turned 18, 19. So in our North Indian culture, they'll be like, pray to Lord Shiva. You have to fast for 16 Somvar. Somvar means Mondays. And you have to go and take water and offer it to the Shivlinga. Then Shiva will be very happy and you will get the husband of your choice. Obviously. Why will you not do it? Okay. My grandma is like with me. Come, let's go and pray to Shiva for you. So with my grandma, I'm going, taking that water, pouring it on Shivji any time of the day. Now when I think of that ritual, what was I doing? I was going at 5 o'clock in the evening and pouring water. And then I remembered, morning also people are pouring water on the Shivling. Afternoon also people are pouring water on the Shivling. Evening also people are pouring water on the Shivling. What a patience Shivji has. How much water? Whole day people are bathing in. Not only water, milk, butter, buttermilk, juice, whatever you put on the Shivling. He's poor guy. He's accepting everything, sitting like that. Oh, Shiva, what kind of patience you have any time of the day. And what all people offer to Shivji? Have you seen the offering? It's funny. You get dhatura. When I was in my biology class, I was reading plant biology, and then I read about dhatura. It is so poisonous. If we eat, it is poisonous. And we are offering dhatura. Bhagavan, have dhatura. This is for you. Because this is a ritual. Bhagavan becomes happy with having dhatura. So we have done all those. We have followed all those rituals. Why? As you grow spiritually, you start questioning. I question myself. Why? Yes, when Bhagavan is saying this in Gita, people are worshipping other devatas. Bhagavan is saying, follow me. But I, as a person, am not ready to follow Bhagavan. Why did I follow those devatas? Because yes, I am being truthful. Let me confess to myself. At least be truthful to myself. Yes, I practiced all those things to fulfill some desires. I still remember. So we used to get this magazine from Gorakhpur Press, the Gita Press. So it is called Kalyan magazine. So every month it used to come to our home. So I used to read. So one of the things I opened, and there it was some Parvati ji prayed to Lord Shiva before marriage, and she had some stotra of Parvati ji. There was a stotra of Parvati ji. And it was written there, if you pray this sincerely, you will get a good husband. I'm like, okay, let me pray this. And whatever the things were written, how many times I did it. So I prayed to Lord Shiva sincerely to get a good husband. And Lord Shiva gave me a good husband. Now when I look back, all those Devi Devatas, I did sincerely, but definitely yes, none of the worship was Nishkaam. None of the bhakti was pure. As pure it has to be. Pure means that only Bhagavan. We say we love God, but we love God. We love that form of God which will fulfill our desire. We are not ready to surrender to that form of God where there is no hope. With Krishna's worship, people will say, Krishna takes away everything of his devotees. And Krishna gives himself to him, to that devotee. So that statement, Krishna takes everything of the devotee. That doesn't feel nice to the ears. We want to hear Krishna will give. Krishna will give. And Krishna says, I will give. When we read the Gita, in the end, he will. He gives. But Krishna has very clearly said, I am hidden. Before even I give, I have kept Yog Maya in front of me. My Yog Maya will give. You want something? Go and ask my Yog Maya. She'll give. But the day you are ready to receive me, then Yog Maya will bring you to me. When you come to me, come with a pure heart. No worldly desires. Just come for me. It is very difficult to accept this. But as you grow spiritually, you keep hearing gurus. I used to read Yogananda. And Yogananda says, if you want to ask for the giver himself. Don't ask the gifts. And this is what we were doing. We are only asking gifts and we are forgetting the giver. Bhagwan in Gita explained that. Clearly he's giving the picture. Well, you prayed to all those. I was that faith. I was that faith. Now put your attention to me. Listen from me. It's very difficult to surrender. But when we analyze ourselves, when we self-introspect ourselves on this path, when we are walking, this self-introspection and this surrender, this confession to yourself, being truthful to yourself is extremely necessary. When we call about surrender, when Bhagwan says surrender, this is the surrender I'm talking. Questioning myself and accepting Bhagwan's statement. Why did I worship Shiva? Yes, I worship Shiva with this. But was Shiva happy on me? Yes, he is happy on me. Because even in that, I was sincere. He knew my heart. I worship Devi. Yes, I worship Devi for this. Because she gives bhog and she gives moksha. Yes, I worship for the bhog. I'm telling you, for the bhog and that concept that she will give moksha. That concept made me happy. So I was worshipping her sincerely. Throughout all these things, that faith, that sincerity was one common thing. And then slowly, following the Guru's path, reading Bhagavad Gita, hearing this, hearing the Gurus. Satsanga is very important. Reading Kathamrita, Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, people are crying for wife, people shed picture of tears for sons, for husbands, for jobs. Who in this world cries for Ma? When somebody asks him, how do you find God? He says, cry for him. That's how you find him. Tears are the only thing. As simple. But that desire has to come, right? I only want God. That desire has to come. So I started analyzing my life. The desire, I loved God, yes, but the desire was still mixed. Now the desire has to become pure. I only love God. Only love God. I only love God. That desire has to become strong. I read Chaitanya Charitamrita. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's love for Krishna. Krishna himself becomes a devotee and shows how love has to be. I didn't understand Radharani. I didn't understand anything of this Vrindavan. But that love that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is exhibiting, that madness, that intoxication, there's no tinge of selfish desire. His teachings, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagdish kame. Every time I read, I'm like, when will that day come? When I will not desire for any of these things. Na dhanam, nor wealth, na janam, nor a great birth. Na sundarim. Sundarim, for him it was sundarim. For us it was, sundarim means wife or beautiful ladies. Kavitam means intelligence. That people should say, oh, how intelligent we are. Praises from people. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagdishakamaye. Then what do you desire? Mam janmani, janmani ishware. Oh Lord, every life after life, birth after birth, if I have to take birth, I don't care. But every birth, may my Lord, I only remember you. Mam janmani, janmani ishware, bhavatat bhaktir ahituki tvai. May I have that causeless ahituki bhakti. Ahituki bhakti means my bhakti should not be mixed anymore. My bhakti should not desire, should not even have a tinge of any material desire. God, I only desire for that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu kept the standard in front of me. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam va jagdishakamaye. Mam janmani, janmani ishware, bhavatat bhakti rahituki tvai. Oh my Lord, life after life, birth after birth, I don't care. Give me any number of births. All I care is give me that desireless devotion towards your lotus feet. Causeless devotion. Bhavatat bhakti, ahituki bhakti. What do I have to develop for that? He gives it. He gives it in Shikshakastak. Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi shahishnuna amanina manadena ke kirtanaya sadahari. He says, become humbler than the blade of grass. Become tolerant like the tree. Do not expect respect from people. Amanina manadena. Chaitanya, Kirtanya Sadhari. 24 hours, remember her, Lord. This is what Ramakrishna Paramahansa said. 24 hours, cry for her, cry for her, cry for her. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. And keep that attitude. I am not desiring anything, my Lord. I just desire your lotus feet. Kripya tava pada pankajasthita dhuli sadrisham vichintaye. Ananda tanuji kinkaram patitam mam vishme bhavambudo. Oh my Lord Krishna, I have fallen in this world. I only pray to you. Give me this much place, like the speck of the dust at your lotus feet. Will you please look at me? Ramakrishna Paramahansa said, develop that hankering, crying for God. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says the same thing. When will that day come? Nayanam galadastu dharya, vadanam gadgad ruddhaya gira, pulkar nichitam vapu kada, tava nama grihane bhavishyati. Just by taking your name, oh my Lord, tears of love will flow incessantly. My hairs will stand. I'll get goosebumps. My throat will get choked. Oh my Lord, when will that day come? Same thing Ramakrishna Paramahansa is saying. Somebody asked him, how do you know you're developing love for God? He said, the day you hear Hari's name and tears start flowing from your eyes, you know, now devotion has started. These were indications. Till now, people were crying, oh, when is my desire going to get fulfilled? My desire is not getting fulfilled. You're crying in front of God for that. That is Mishra Bhakti, mixed devotion. But true love, Jnani, when we say Jnani, this is the true love. When will that day come that I will cry for you, God? Yugayitam nimishena chakshusha pravarshaitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam govind virahedame. Oh my Lord, when will that day come? When every second will feel like years of separation from you. Oh Lord, it feels like that even now. Yugayitam nimishena chakshusha pravashaitam shunyayitam jagat sarvam. Lord, I am surrounded by so many things, so many people, so many things. But God, even after having all these things, my heart only hankers for you. Everything else seems insignificant. Shunyayitam jagat sarvam. Govinda virahedame. Without you, Govinda, it is very difficult to live. When you develop that hankering, this stage comes when? But before that, he said, he has given certain sutras. Read Shikshakastakam. I think in 8 stanzas, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave everything, everything. Just like you read Nirvana Shatakam, so is the Shikshakastakam. 8 stanzas, he has given everything, the rules. Kirtanaya Sadari, the one who is following this rule, Kirtanaya Sadari. Before that, he has told some more things. He said, God, you have given your power in each and every name of yours. It is I am unfortunate. I am not having any liking towards you. But please bless me. So this hankering, I started reading all that, questioning myself. What was my hankering till then? And what hankering I have to develop? I was putting hours and hours in, I had developed, thank God, because of whatever material desires. I don't see anything wrong anymore because, yes, Maya was there. Maya pushed me into sadhana. The desires, material desires pushed me into sadhanas. But because of those because of the chasing the material desires and doing the sadhanas, I developed one habit. One habit was sitting in front of God for hours and hours and hours. First hurdle crossed, sitting in front of God, enjoying sitting in front of God for hours and hours. Though I don't need the world, I can be with him all the time. And Bhagwan knows. When you make that relation with him, he knows. You and him, you know what relation is going on here. He knows. He's seeing that sincerity. And then he starts giving you all this knowledge of Gita. Now the knowledge of Gita is becoming, opening up. Till then not. Till then my mind was, give me only that knowledge which will help me find what I want to find. But here, when God is seeing how sincere, then he opens up Gita. Many people read the Gita, they can't understand. For me, everything was live. He was talking. Every word is live. He's talking. He's talking like my friend. He's talking in my language. And when he says, here he said, Arto jigyasu artharti gyani cha bharta rishabha. He says, 4 types of people surrender unto me: the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, and the one who knows, who has the knowledge of absolute. And then, immediately your heart will say, God, we fall in the first 3 categories. We are not even in the 4th category yet. We called ourselves Gyani, but we are not in the 4th category. Who is Gyani? Bhagwan says, he has given the definition of the Gyani, the knower. He says, Tesham Gyani Nityayukta Eka Bhakti Vishishyate Priyo hi Gyaninyo Atyartham Aham Sa Cha Mama Priya. Bhagwan says, of all these 4 people, O Arjun, Gyani, the knowledgeable, is that person who is in full knowledge of me, who is always engaged in pure devotional service to me. For I am very dear to him, and he is very dear to me. This is what Rupa Goswami said. What is the best devotional service? I'm telling you, I have been trained to achieve the best. From childhood, everybody is trained, not only me, everybody. When we are put in schools, what do our parents teach us? Be the best. Do the best. Be the topper. Achieve A. Don't they? We go to our jobs. The whole society is pushing us to do our best, is it not? So this has been inculcated into us. It has been put into us to be the best. But that was all that best things in the world. I kept seeing every best person I tried to look. I was in a corporate job and I saw my CEO. To me, at that time, you enter as a fresh intern, management trainee, and then you see the boss who is the topmost. He should impress me. He was impressing other people. To me, looking at his life, the way he was living, maybe he was very rich. He made a lot of money. But his richness was not impressing me because his nature, he could not sleep the whole night. He needed sleeping pills. And I'm like, this is not what I want to be. Stressed all the time. How will he answer the investors? I'm like, this is not me. No. I saw the best of the world. Whatever the world says the best. They were all full of problems only. There's nothing best in that. Then I see the saints. I have met saints, beautiful saints in my journeys. So peaceful and so knowledgeable. They've solved the problems of life. And they did it through Gita or through Guru Kripa. Two things. I'm like, this is what I want to be. This is the best. So Bhagwan says, the best, Rupa Goswami gave the best definition of the best devotee. And what is the best devotee? He says, Anya-bhilashitam shunyam, jnana-karmadhya-navritam, anukulyena Krishna-nushilanam, bhakti-ruttama. What is the best devotional service? What does the best devotee do? The best devotee, he said, Anya-bhilashita sunyam. He has no other desire. He has only one desire, to serve Krishna. Second, jnana-karmadhya-navritam. All that knowledge that you had in the past, all those karmas that you did in the past, all those prescribed duties that you did in the past, you understand it all and you leave it all. Because right now, you are engaged in the service of Lord Shri Krishna. That is the best service. Nothing beyond that. Anukulyena Krishna-nushilanam. Whatever you do, you just follow Krishna. If somebody is doing that, that is the best bhakti. Okay, I got the definition of best. I have been trained to be the best. I will be the best. Bhagwan says, Tesha Gyanim, of this, the one who is in full knowledge and who is always engaged in my pure devotional service is the best. For I am very dear to him. And he is very dear to me. Oh, so this is the definition of the best. I am very dear to him. I am very dear to the best of the best of the best, the bestest. And he is very dear to me. This is the definition of best. Oh, this is the goal of life. This is the goal of life. Bhagwan said, so what happens? So Bhagwan, I got the definition of the best of the life. I got my goal. I want to be best friends with you. But Bhagwan, what about my past? I did all those things. I worshipped for desires. Will you not judge me for that? Bhagwan says, Udara sarva evaite jnani tvatmaiva me matam astita sahi yuktatma mameva anuttamam gatim. Oh my dear, all these devotees like me, the distressed, the desirer of wealth, the inquisitive, all these three types of devotees, oh my devotees, all these devotees are undoubtedly magnanimous souls. Oh, how beautiful, Bhagwan. You call us in the first three categories. You call us magnanimous souls. Udhara ete sarva. How great are you, Bhagwan? Nobody will call us like that. People will judge. Sakami, Karmi. People will keep names. Impure bhakti, mixed bhakti. People will keep names. But what does Krishna say? Undoubtedly, these are magnanimous souls. Oh, that's it. He killed it there. I'm already your fan, Bhagwan, now. You're not judging me. Udaraya sarva evaite jnani tvatmaiva me matam. But my dear, Bhagwan says, but my dear, he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like me. So all three are magnanimous. But the one who is in knowledge of me, I consider him to be just like me. Bhagwan, maar dala. You are just, at that moment, you just feel like, kill me, Bhagwan. When you are in, like, when the ecstasy just goes off, when the bliss just crosses everything. You don't know how to even express that love. You're like, God, what are you saying? First you say, I'm magnanimous. Now you are saying, you will consider me like you. You who is unreachable. You, the Vedas, the gurus, everybody is talking about you, so unreachable. You are saying, you will consider me like you. Oh God, what do I say now? Speechless, dumbfounded. What kind of love is this? What kind of love is this, Bhagwan? So he says, he who is situated in knowledge of me, I consider to be just like me. You made me more humble, Bhagwan. Being engaged in my transcendental service. Being engaged in my transcendental service, he is sure to attain me. The highest and the most perfect goal. Wow, Bhagwan. Done. Engaged with you forever. Engaged in your service forever. The world gave me a lot of goals. Every time the goal kept changing, the goalpost kept changing. Now, today you have given me the highest permanent goal, being engaged in your loving service. In love with you, God, forever. We'll be engaged in your service forever. I got the permanent goal, highest goal. Your service forever. You forever. Your loving service forever. That's it. And what's the reward? Bhagwan says, I'll consider you like me. Wow. Highest reward. In the purport, Prabhupada has quoted one shloka from Srimad Bhagavad, one of my favorite shlokas. The Lord says, Sadvo hridayam mayam, sadhunam hridayam tuaham, mat anyate na jananti, naham tebhyo managapi. Bhagwan says, Sadhvo means the devotees. The devotees are always in my heart. And I am always in the hearts of my devotees. The devotee does not know anything beyond me. The devotee does not know anything beyond me. And I also cannot forget the devotee. There is very intimate relationship between me and my pure devotees. Pure devotees in full knowledge are never out of spiritual touch. And therefore, they are very dear to me. So Bhagwan, consider these 4 people. He's very happy with the 4 people. He says, even though they are distressed, they are coming to me. Even though they are desiring anything, they are coming to me. Even though they are inquisitive, they want to know about me. I like them all. But the one who knows me already, I'm already in his heart. The one who knows me, I'm always in his heart. And he's always in my heart. So he's just like me. We both are one. Who is that Jnani? Bhagwan says, Bahunam janma janmante, jnanavan mam prapadyante, Vasudeva sarvam miti, sa mahatma sudurlabha. Bhagwan says, after many births and deaths, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. What is that surrender? Again, I explained. Surrender means one thing. Learning the instructions from Gita and following that path, that is what is surrender. He is not asking anything else. Nothing. Accepting these teachings and putting them in your life, that is surrender. After many births and death, it takes a lot of time, because as I told you, it takes a lot of time because we are not able, we don't introspect ourselves. We are not truthful to ourselves. So we don't want to take these teachings. But the day we become truthful to ourselves, we confess and the heart opens, then these teachings will get into you and you will start following. Then there is no doubt. In the past, you have worshipped many devis, many devatas, many things you have done. All of those forms will now become in one form, this form, Bhagwan Shri Krishna speaking. Bhagwan does not give any bhedbhav, no distinction. But everything that you did in the past now comes to one point, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. So he says, after many births and death, he who is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes and all that is, such a great soul is very rare. Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Bhagwan says, Kame ste ritaggyana prapadyante anya devata tam niyamasthaya prakritiya niyata swayaha. He says, even though it is very easy to come to me, but many births go away, many times, why it goes away? Because of the desires. Because of their desires. And because of their desires, they are worshipping different devatas. And he says, those whose intelligence has been stolen up by the material desires, surrender to other gods, demigods. Many people don't like the demigods, so I'll use the word devata. Okay. So material desires surrendered unto devatas and follow the particular rules and regulations of worship according to their own nature. Now this worship. Yo yam tanum bhakta shraddhya architum ichchati tasya chalam shraddham tameva vidadhamyaham. I am in everyone's heart as the super soul. As soon as one desires to worship some devata, I make his faith steady so that he can devote himself to that particular deity. Sataya shraddhaya yuktas tasya aradhanam ihate labate cha tatha kaman anyaiva vihitanitam. Endowed with such a faith, he endeavors to worship a particular deity and obtains his desires. But in actuality, these benefits are bestowed by me alone. Antavattu phalam tesham tadbhavati alpamedhasam devana devayajo yanti madbhakta yanti mamapi. He says, but, oh my dear, people with lesser intelligence, they worship these deities, different deities. That kind of worship, they are doing it. I am the faith. But this kind of worship is done by people with lesser intelligence. Why are they worshipping? They are worshipping according to their own nature. So one has to understand their nature. So bhakti also is sattvic bhakti, rajasic bhakti, tamasic bhakti. You read Kathamrit, Ramakrishna Paramahansa explains very nicely. So he explains, sattvic bhakta, how is he? He's very simple. He'll go to the temple, simply dressed, simple food. His mind is simple, no complication at all. He'll go there, sattvic bhakta. Sattvic food, sattvic. And he will not be very rich, he will not display anything. It's very, very simple. He's in love with God, so he's going there. Rajasic bhakta, he'll say Rajasic bhakta, they will, even to go to the temple, they have to have silken cloths, golden, they'll wear all gold. They have to look very good. They have to go in a good way to the temple. When they get down in the temple itself, people will look at him, oh, somebody special has come. And then they will offer everything, has to be in special things. This is Rajasic bhakta. Everything has to be very Rajasic, very kingly. And they will, give good donation and everything, they'll come back. But all that donation, everything is only for, so that their business is doing well. That's all. So, when people worship Lakshmi Ji's worship is the same way. People, it is said, when you sit to worship Lakshmi, you have to also dress up like Lakshmi. Fully red sari and, red all jewelry and everything. Then only God will become happy. So I have met such Rajasic Bhakta, one of my Marwadi friends. Wherever she used to go with me, she'll be like dressed up so heavily. And I'm like, we are going to temple. Why are you dressing up like a marriage? She's like, yeah, we are going to Lakshmi Ji, no? We are going to see Jagannath Ji. We are going to see Vishnu Ji. We have to dress up like that. I'm like, okay, till now I was dressing simply. But when you go in the temple, everybody is looking at you. So dressed up. She's like, no, that is how we go. In our culture, that is how it has been taught. We always dress up when we go to the temple. It has, and the dressing has to be like wedding. I'm like, wonderful, wonderful. So then I remember Ramakrishna Paramahansa says, Rajasic Bhakta. Their bhakti is pure. I mean, they like Bhagwan, but they have to dress up like this. So Rajasic. Tamasic Bhakta. Tamasic Bhakta, they will take bottle of alcohol, offer it to their deities, and drink themselves. This is a Tamasic Bhakta. So there is a temple in Ujjain. So that Bhairavji sits there and the Bhairavji drinks not drink. Bhairavji is not asking, but people give him alcohol, liquor. So the prasad there is liquor. So everybody who goes there to see Bhairavji, they have to take liquor bottles, and there's a stone idol, and the liquor is given to the idol, and the idol drinks that liquor. So many tons of liquor he has been drinking from God knows when. So when my father went there, my father said, I am not going to offer liquor to him. So the Pandit is like, no, our Bhairav only drinks liquor. My father said, no, I will offer him fruit juice. Pandit is like, no, we can't allow that. Bhairavji only wants liquor. So my father was influential. So, he was a Guruji. So everybody knew him. So the trustees of the temple came and they said to the Pandit, stop it. Let Guruji give whatever he wants to give. So my father took fruit juices and offered to Bhairavji. Bhairavji drank fruit juice also. So giving that fruit juice is sattvic ritual. Giving that alcohol is tamasic ritual. So bhaktas are also different types. So based on your nature, here it is written here, Bhagwan said, based on their nature, they go and worship those kind of gods. Wait, was it given here? Yeah. Yam tanu bhakta shraddha architum ikchati. Whatever their shraddha, if their shraddha is very sattvic, they will go to sattvic gods. If their shraddha is very rajasic, they'll go to rajasic gods. Shraddha is tamasic, they'll go to tamasic gods. All this, what I'm talking, will be explained in chapter 14, 15, when we chapter 16. When we reach there, we'll understand this bhakti. So different deities are formed, different deities are there. Based on the nature of the devotee, they tend to worship those deities and they will follow those rules and regulations. This is what Bhagwan is saying. But in all of this puja, Shraddha, the faith is the most important part. And Bhagwan says, I am that Shraddha, I am that faith. And what happens when you worship all these different gods, different deities? Bhagwan says, those who worship these different deities, after death, they will go to the planet of those deities. But those who worship me, they will come to my planet. So if you are worshipping, say, people are worshipping Rahu, people are worshipping Ketu, people are worshipping Shani, people are worshipping Mars, planet. People do planet worship. So if you worship planet Mars, so at the time of death, you go to planet Mars. But what is planet Mars? Who is that God? You never question. But when you open our books, our scriptures, you will see, oh, this planet came because of Bhagwan. This deity of planet Mars, the energy was given because of Bhagwan. So whom should I worship? I should worship Bhagwan. So if somebody start questioning, okay, so who is the Bhagwan of planet Mars? Then the astrologer or the guru will say, Hanumanji. You should worship Hanuman. So, well, if you worship Hanuman now, then that is fine because Hanuman is worshipping Ramji. Or they will say Ganeshji. Ganpati is the deity for Mars. You worship Ganeshji. If you worship Ganesh, that also is fine. Because Ganeshji belongs to Durga or Shiva, and Shiva is the greatest Vaishnava. So all these deities, if you are worshipping the real gods, then you will go to their planets and you will live there. Bhagwan says, those who worship me will come to my planet. Okay, so this we have to understand. And Bhagwan says, unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly think that I, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, was impersonal before and have now assumed this personality. And due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. I am never manifest to the foolish and the unintelligent. For them, I am covered by my internal potency. He says, Naham prakasha sarvasya yogamaya samavritah. I am covered by my illusory potency. And that is why, even though I have come, I have become your friend, I am taking this chariot, I played with the gopis, I did what all. People will only think I am just an ordinary person. In the Gita was spoken by an ordinary person. Somebody else was speaking through me. They will have so many interpretations of Gita. They will not understand as it is because I am covered. I am covered by my yoga maya. Yoga maya samavritaha. I was born. I showed the entire Brahmand, entire universe in my mouth to my mother. And immediately, next moment, she forgot that I am God. She started beating me. That you are eating mud. She forgot. I showed my form to Dhritarashtra, and Dhritarashtra says, please, I was a blind forever in my life. Don't show me this light. This light, I can't even take it. What is this light? Shut it off. Duryodhana says, I am just a magician. Don't believe me. People say, oh, I ran away from battle. I was scared of Jarasandha. So what will this guy do? So people think I'm just an ordinary person. I just like to dance and chase girls. My original form is being hidden by my yoga maya. And therefore, they do not know that I am unborn and infallible. O Arjun, Vedaham Samatitani. I know the Ved. You're talking about Ved, all those things. I am the Ved. He will declare in 15:15. I am the Ved. I am the all-knower. As personality of Godhead, I know everything that has happened in the past, all that is happening in the present, and all things that are yet to come. I also know all living entities, but me, no one knows. Iksha dvesha samuthena dvandva mohena bharata sarva bhutani sammoham sarge yanti parantapa. O scion of Bharata, O conqueror of the foe, all living entities are born in delusion, bewildered by dualities arising from desire and hate. So everybody is not able to surrender or come to me because, and why do they go to Devatas? And why do they come into all this cycle again and again? Because of two things: desire and hatred, rag and dvesh. We spoke about this in chapter 6. Liking, disliking. Rag and dvesh. Rag means liking something, some people. Dvesh means hating that. So this rag and dvesh creates endless desires. And these desires create endless birth. And in endless birth, you chase endless deities to fulfill your desires. And I remain hidden somewhere. And all this is happening because my yoga maya is allowing the play to happen. So that is why nobody knows me. So how will we know you, God? There must be something. Bhagwan says in 28 Shloka. 2 qualities if somebody has developed, their dualities will go away and they will know me. What are the 2 qualities? Yesham tvantagatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvanda moha nirmukta bhajante mam dridhavrataha. Bhagwan says, persons, remember this, persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life, and whose sinful reactions are completely eradicated, are freed from the dualities of delusion. So because of delusion, we are not able to understand Krishna's true nature. We get confused. So when will the delusion go? Bhagwan says 2 things. 1, when your punyas become too high, when your merit. How will the merit become too high? When you have acted very piously in previous life and in this life. So when your merit become high and your sinful actions are completely gone. So merit becoming high, sinful actions completely gone. These 2 qualities. If these 2 things have happened in your life, then you will come out of the delusion, you will understand me, and you will engage yourself in my service with full determination. So what we have to do? Increase our punyas, increase our merits. And what we have to do? Decrease our sinful tendency. We should live a life of sheel. Sheel means doing right actions from this body, from this mind, from this speech. And then Bhagwan says, intelligent persons who are endeavoring for liberation from old age and death, take refuge in me. Bhagwan is very clearly says. And they are actually Brahman, because they entirely know everything about transcendental activities. Those in full consciousness of me, who know me, the Supreme Lord, to be the governing principles of all material manifestations of the demigods and of all method of sacrifice, can understand and know me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, even at the time of death. So when the time of death comes, either you realize Bhagwan's Brahma feature, or you surrender yourself completely to him. He's very clearly, he said, Sadi bhutadi daivam mam sadhi yagyam chaye viduhu. Those who are knowledgeable know whatever Brahman and everything that you're talking, whatever the yagyas you're doing, I am the controller of this Brahman. I am the controller of this yagyas. So those who are really intelligent, they are in full consciousness of me. They know me like this. And even at the time of death, if they think of me, they will come to me. So here he has mentioned, I am the Brahman. I am the controller of everything. I am the main god of all the sacrifices. So now when he has said all these things, now Arjuna will have other questions. Bhagwan, how are you saying? What is this yagya? What is this Brahma? Please explain me one more time. So that questions, whatever it is, will start in chapter 8. So we will end it up here. Thus ends the Bhakti Vedanta purports of the 7th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of knowledge of the Absolute. We will read your comments and we'll end up the class. All right. Ma, can this crying and yearning for God can be developed? It happens. Read the Chaitanya Shikshakashtak in the same order. Bhagwan says, do the Nam Sankirtan. Second, Bhagwan says, chant his name. Kirtaniya, Sadahari, attitude, Trinadapi Sunechena. Be very humble in your attitude. And before that, he says, Bhagwan's all energy is in all his names. So you have to trust that whatever names I'm chanting, Bhagwan is there all the time with me. So when you develop this attitude, and the next one, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, be very truthful to yourself in your prayers. What are you asking for? Why are you praying? I'm telling you with my thing, it was very difficult to wipe this out, conditioning. This conditioning is very difficult to wipe out. So one day I got so annoyed because it was a practice. You pray and then you put a list. God, I love you very much. God, but this is my desire. Do as you want to do. So another style of prayer. First we pray sincerely. God, see, when we are young, immature, even then the prayer is very sincere. God, I am praying to you. I want to pass my exams. I will offer this to you. Sincere prayers. God, if I get this much mark, if I get this rank, I'm going to come and offer this to you. Sincere prayer. And then as you grow up, you are hearing all these spiritual talks. Now the brain is, your mind is very calculative. It will go, Bhagwan, I am praying to you. I have so and so desire. Please fulfill my desire. But Bhagwan, you do as you want to do, Bhagwan. This is my desire. You do as you want to do. Whatever you do, I will like it. Really. Whatever he does, you will like it. Then why are you speaking also? Let him do whatever he does. So we play games with ourselves only, with our own words. So I got so frustrated one day. I was like, how long this will go? This mind is not going to shut up. So one day I was so overwhelmed and crying. I went to, there was Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is a temple here, ISKCON temple. So I went to ISKCON temple and I looked at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and I started crying. I said, Mahaprabhu, I am not developing that. How many times you have told me, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. I am just chanting it. But it just naturally comes to me. I ask something and then again I say, Bhagwan, do whatever is right. I will accept whatever you do. But this is my desire, Bhagwan. Bhagwan, but still whatever you do, it is right. That day I was so done with this. I said, Bhagwan, I'm giving you this shapath, this promise. I'm giving you this promise. Really, I'm not going to ask anything. No matter what happens, I'm not going to ask you anything anymore. Please help me develop this Shakti, this power, that I don't fall for these things anymore. What you are saying in the na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitamba, jagdish kami, I want to develop this quality. Please, everything else I am getting it, but this is where I'm failing. I tell you, that day when I gave the promise to him, that day until date, I always remember the promise. The mind was bothering. Ask. I would remember Chaitanya Mahaprabhu standing like this and me crying and praying. No, ask. Na dhanam, na janam. Every time the mind said ask, I said, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, kavitam ma jagdishikamaye, mam janmani janmani ishwari bhavatat bhakti rahiti pitavi. And I would pray so much, till I felt the prayer. And Bhagwan helped it. So this is how you develop it. You make him your judge, you make him your witness, you make him your best friend, and be truthful to yourself. Okay. Ma, unless the teachings of Bhagavad Gita is fully implemented into my life, like you've implemented into your life, can I not have the darshan? You can have the darshan of Devi Ma. I told you, you can have the darshan of Devi Ma. Extreme yearning. But again, I told you, be truthful to yourself. Why you want the darshan? Be truthful to yourself. Jai Guru Ma, does it happen that I find myself crying for Radha and Krishna just like that for no reason? And also sometimes due to material pressures, I also pray sincerely to Guru, requesting to protect and guide your kids. Can both bhavas go together on simultaneously in one person, Ma? Is this called Mishra Bhakti? This is Mishra Bhakti. I explained you the situation of the mind. If you really trust in God, stop asking. Know that God is taking care of kids. Do you have to tell him? You should know. Every kid has come with its own destiny. Every kid. So that destiny they will go through. Yes. Only prayer we do is, Bhagwan, all these good vibrations that you are giving me through the prayer, let it go for the benefit of the world. This we give. Then even my kids doesn't come. Everybody's kids come. So we pray for everyone. We rise above even that. That trust that Bhagwan will take care. Bhagwan will take care. That person, that kid has its own journey. He will reach there, whether you pray or whether you don't pray. So send your good vibes to everybody. That's about it. No asking. So this is Mishra Bhakti. All this that you talking is helping me because to understand and get, because of all this talking and leelas and the visits to these places make me more aware of all this is real and true. Wow, thank you for your knowledge, love and compassion. You're welcome, Namajya. Gaurav, beautiful satsang today, Ma. I love you. Loads of Ma for today. You're welcome, Gaurav. Ma, your bhakti is contagious. Due to your teachings, the nature of bhakti has changed its form. Doing bhakti to receive more bhakti, to do more seva, to please the Lord. No want, no desire, no achievements, just bhakti and nothing else remains. चाह मिटी, चिंता मिटी, मनवा भी बेपरवाह, जिसको कछु ना चाहिए वही शहंशाह। क्या बात है, सही बात है। वो मुकद्दर का सिकंदर कहलाएगा, सही बात है। Jai Shri Gurudev, humble salutations. Guru Ma, feel blessed to hear pearls of wisdom and guidance from a pure selfless devotee like you. I will have to hear today's satsang several times to fully cherish. Yes, do hear. Ma Pranam, I feel my energy is getting drained away by certain people. Whoever talks to me or says problems, their problems are getting solved. But for me, so late results, delays. Why is this happening? Is it a thing in mind which I should cleanse, or is it real? The energy draining. You have to cleanse yourself. When you see others' problems are getting solved, my problem, why is it not getting solved? You are draining yourself. Nobody is draining you. You are thinking too much. In the path of spirituality, one thing, not even in the path of spirituality, in life, धीरे धीरे रे मना, धीरे सब कुछ होए, माली सींचे 100 घड़ा, ऋतु आए फल होए. One quality everybody has to develop is patience. Somebody sows, 2 people are farming, 1 person sows chana seeds, garbanzo seeds in his farm. He will see that the farm is becoming green in within 3-4 days. All the chana is sprouted, all the seeds are sprouted. Somebody is trying to plant bamboo in his farm. He will see nothing is sprouting. His farm is becoming green, not mine. Why is it taking so much time? And that person has sold his chana, made some money, and this person is getting angry. That guy is making money. My farm is still not getting anything. What is the problem? Are, it is the nature of the bamboo to sprout only after 5 years. But when it sprouts, that bamboo will not be sold at the price of the chana, of the garbanzo. That bamboo will be sold at a higher price and you will make so much money. Bamboo is required for building homes. Bamboo is required for everything. So that person will become rich later. But if he gets restless, that person is becoming rich. His problems are getting solved. My problems are not getting solved. Who is troubling whom? That person is not troubling you. Your own thoughts. You're troubling yourself. If somebody's problem is getting solved, be happy. Wow. Nice. The very thought you think, oh, their negative vibes are affecting me. Nobody's negative vibes affect you. If your vibe is very strong, make your vibe stronger. Your vibes become weaker if you are jealous or if you don't like anybody else's success. Self-introspect yourself. Rag or dvesh. This is called dvesh. So if you should know what rag and dvesh is, attend my chapter 6 lectures. I've given in detail. Our consciousness, we have to purify. Nothing can affect us if our vibrations are very high, very, very high. So increase your vibration. Think good for everybody. Okay? And good things will happen to you. All right. Wow, simply beautiful ma. Thanks a lot ma. Sat pranam ma. चलिए अब हम क्लास एंड करते हैं. We'll end up the class and we'll see you Monday. Jai Ma, Jai Shri Krishna. Hari Bol.
Thank you ma.
Hari Bol. Radhe Radhe.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.